Hey, what's up guys? It's Jeremy here, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to restore a roof with silicone. Every single step of the way, I'm gonna guide you through it. So step one is gonna be the washing and prep phase. So we pressure wash the entire surface area of the roof, but before we even get there, we have to make sure that we do the proper prep. And this is what that looks like. Number one, we sweep and blow all the dust and loose granules off of the roof. So that way, when we pressure wash it, it doesn't go all the way down into the walkways in the common area. We even go a step further and install what we call drain socks. They're filters that we install on the downspouts of the gutters, and that catches the residual dirt and granules that we miss from blowing and sweeping. Step number two is we clear out all of the furniture, anything that may get damaged with water from either the balconies, from the walkways, or just anywhere that's next to the roof line. Now that we got that done, we are ready to start pressure washing. But even before we start pressure washing, the next step is making sure that we have somebody down at the bottom where we're washing to notify the guys that are cleaning if anybody's walking around. So that way there's no accidents and there's no mistakes and everybody's happy. Now that we're finally getting to the pressure washing phase, it's important to have somebody pressure washing and then having somebody right behind them with the broom just to make sure that all the water is taken off of the roof. This pressure washing phase is super important because it's going to ensure that there's no residual dirt or buildup or grime on the roof, so it's going to allow for the primer to adhere properly. Cool little tip: it's a flat roof, you're going to have ponding water, right? So what we like to do after the pressure washing is notice where all the water settles. This is going to let us know where there's ponding water, so we mark all of those areas, so at a later phase we can go ahead and identify the areas and build them up to try to minimize the amount of ponding water on the roof. But after you got the pressure washing done, now we make sure the roof is dry, and at this time is when we go ahead and load up the roof with all the materials for the silicone application. All right guys, now that all the pressure washing is done, it's time for the primer phase. At this step is where we apply all the primer throughout the entire surface area of the roof. The primer is very important because it allows the silicone to adhere properly to the roof, and it prevents the oils from the previous membrane from lifting up and turning the silicone yellow. Once all the primer is applied throughout the entire surface area of the roof and it dries, then we can come back and do some more prep work. Fun, I know. Some of that prep work includes the following: mastic on all the pipes and penetrations, mastic on some of the membrane, they're called headlaps, so it can make sure that the silicone is a nice, smooth, even consistency. We tear out the drains and we install new drains with the 5-course sealant application. This is very important to make sure that the drains are sealed properly, and it also allows for better water flow because now there's an indentation in the drain. On top of that, we 3-course all the perimeter. We fully encapsulate the edge so it prevents the membranes from lifting up. We encapsulate the counter flashings and just go above and beyond at this prep phase because the devil is in the details, and if you do this right, silicone roof is going to come out beautiful. Hey guys, remember that step where we marked all the areas that had water sitting? During this step, what we can do with all those areas that we marked during the pressure washing phase is build up the ponding water areas with silicone and a material called perlite, which is almost like a foam. And you pour this into the silicone buckets, you mix it with the silicone, and you apply it like we did here over the ponding water areas. It's going to allow for the roof to be elevated and to alleviate the ponding water areas. Once this dries, you can then pour the silicone system over it so it's nice and smooth. And you're going to make sure that the roof forms how it's supposed to with an affordable, lightweight solution. So there you have it. That's the prep phase in a nutshell. Okay, now that we have everything washed and prepped and primed, it's time for the fun part, the icing on the cake, and that's the silicone application. So here is what you have to do to make sure that your silicone application comes out beautifully. So you're going to want to make sure you paint all the drip edge where you fully encapsulated the perimeter and the counter flashings. On top of that, you're going to want to make sure that your squeegee that you're using is notched to the correct mill thickness that you're applying on the roof. After that, we like to go ahead and use 1/2-inch naps to make sure that it's not pulling too much silicone after you spread it with the squeegee. And then you can go ahead and apply the silicone on the entire surface area of the roof. And as you're applying it, you're going to want to make sure that it's the right thickness. So you can test a little 10x10 area out first, and once you went ahead and gauged the thickness, apply it on the rest of the roof. Now, this is very important. You're applying it on the rest of the roof. It's really vital that you have what's called a wet mill gauge. And you test out the thickness randomly as you're applying it. Otherwise, you may void your warranty. So after a while, when you're spreading the silicone with the squeegee, it starts to grind down the little nubs on the notches. So that's why wet mill gauge is very important. So if you have to re-notch the squeegee, you can do it at lunchtime and then go ahead, continue applying it to make sure that your customer is protected and is getting what they pay for.